Great. On this beautiful evening, I welcome all eminent guests, dignitaries, principals, coordinators, and dear participants. We take pride in welcoming you all in the Sustainable Development Goals initiated by Harvest Educational Transformation Solutions, HETS, and Sanjeevani World School. I'm sure that today we will all have a great time and we'll also learn a lot from the young talents on this platform. Our best wishes to the participants for their presentation. The main event for this evening is to showcase the talents of the young generation. Today's youth voice refers to the distinctive ideas, opinions, attitude, knowledge, and actions of the young generation as a collective body. HETS and Sanjeevani World School is privileged to provide this wonderful platform for students around the world to show their skills, creativity, and curiosity to learn more. Let us all come together and make the most of it.
Good evening. I, along with my co-host Nivedita, are extremely overwhelmed to get this opportunity to address you all on Sustainable Development Goals on climate action. It is indeed a special occasion and an important moment for those who will embark upon a totally new journey now. I am certain that you are wondering and probably anxious about what the future holds in store. The challenges are for everybody. How do you deal with them is what makes you stand out. We are very pleased to be able to welcome those of you that have been with us for a long time now, as well as those who are new to the association.
Once again, it is my privilege to welcome this beautiful audience who have given their valuable time to be a part of this great event organized by HETS and Sanjeevani World School. Now, moving further, as per the Indian tradition, we would like to start the program by paying tribute to the goddess of knowledge, Goddess Saraswati. Mother, we pray for your blessings with all humility. Give us wisdom to make this world a better place. May all human beings live in harmony and peace. Let's all join the spiritual movement with our heart and soul. Saraswati Vandana.
There's no audio. If you could check that. If not, we can move forward.
Yes, ma'am.
शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धन सम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धि विनाशाय दीपज्योते नमोस्तुते दीपज्योति परब्रह्मा दीपज्योति जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तु ते ॐ।
That was so blissful. Before proceeding, let me tell you that this Saraswati Vandana is sung by Sujata Iyer with her melodious voice. I, Nivedita, along with my co-host, Ms. Shabori, welcomes you all on this evening. Now, I would like to introduce you to all the energetic personality of Ms. Shabori. Shabori Singh, English teacher at Bharatram Global School. She is an enthusiastic and passionate educator with more than 7 years of teaching experience. She has received the Appreciation Award for 2019 for her soft-spoken nature, Best Innovative Teacher Award, Best Creative Teacher Award, Best Facilitator Award. Such an appreciation fills with pride and keeps her motivated. Over to you, Shabori.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, it's my turn to introduce my lovely co-host, Miss Nivedita. Nivedita Manoj Mohite. Currently, she is working as HOD, Hindi Marathi department at Sanjeevani World School. She is in education field for more than a decade now. She is a proud recipient of many awards, to name a few. Felicitated with Global Teacher Award by AKS, felicitated with National Builder Award by Rotary Club Mumbai, felicitated with Education Icon by 31 Ventures. She is the author of 2 Marathi books. Over to you, Nivedita, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I would like to invite Ms. Shubhangi, teacher in charge from Sanjeevani World School, for introduction of the Sustainable Development Goals event.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Nivedita ma'am. The Sustainable Development Goals were born at the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development in Rio de Janeiro in 2012. The objective was to produce a set of universal goals that meet the urgent environmental, political, and economic challenges faced by the world. Sustainable development practices help countries grow in ways that adapt to the challenges posed by climate change, which will in turn help to protect important natural resources for us and future generations. In 2015, a global delegation of experts developed, debated, and introduced the 17 Sustainable Development Goals to be adopted by the United Nations and its 193 member countries. The 17 goals emerged from rigorous research into global conditions and trends. They are at the forefront of international development conversations, initiatives, and require innovative research, collaborations to create new possibilities and a better future for a more sustainable world. In addition to learning core academic subjects, children need to grow in other areas that are equally important in the development of an all-round individual. We do not teach only to attempt, but also provide knowledge-centered, conducive environment and ambience in which they learn.
Thank you. Thank you, Shubhangi. Now I would like to invite Simra, student representative HETS, to present her thoughts on today's goal, that is climate change, goal number 13.
Good evening to one and all present here. I, Simra, a student of Bharatram Global School, Indrapuram, would be introducing the topic of Sustainable Development Goals, goal number 13, climate action. Climate change is no longer some far-off problem. It is happening here. It is happening now. As quoted by Barack Obama, the former president of United States of America. There is no country that is not experiencing the effects of climate change, greenhouse gas emissions, and more than 50% higher than 1990. Global warming is a cause long-lasting changes to our climate system. which threatens irreversible consequences if we do not act. The goal aims to address the needs of developing countries to both adapt to climate change and invest in low carbon development. Supporting to vulnerable religions would directly contribute not only Goal 13 but also good hand in hand with efforts to integrate disaster risk measures, sustainable nature resource management, and human security into national development strategies, and using existing technology to limit the increase in global mean temperature. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Simra. Now, I take this privilege to introduce the chief guest of the day, Dr. Rabia Bhatia, edupreneur, founder and director, multi-awardee, edu leader, education ambassador, national director at GEF, city VP, SEDEX speaker, mompreneur, member board of directors at IDYM Foundation. Now, may I request the chief guest of the day, Dr. Rabia Bhatia, to please come forward and enlighten us with her words of wisdom.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bodhi. That was such a wonderful introduction. I am really, really impressed. And it's a great pleasure to be here with all of you. I would like to say thanks, first of all, to Dr. Seema Negi and Dr. Aruna for inviting me on this platform with respect to this SDG conference, which is happening amongst the youth of our nation and the future leaders of the nation. So, it's a great pleasure to be with all of you. And more than me saying anything about SDG, I'm here to learn from all of you actually. The only thing which I believe in is let us not focus on the problems, but let us find out the solutions towards it and implement it. We have been talking about SDG goals and the action to be taken for a long now. I think it's been 2 years since the time, especially since the time COVID has started, we have been forcing and enforcing on the SDG goals actually. But now is the time to implement, take an action and implement it in our lives. And let us learn from these young students with beautiful smiles, how can we take a wonderful action for the society, for the humanity to spread global peace as well as happiness and implement the SDG tools actually. So I just would like to wish you today, and later on if required, I will share my words of wisdom and my experience and my thoughts. How can we go ahead and use the techniques, very basic tools to actually implement the SDG goals? But I would like to hear from all of you first. So I just would like to say here, good luck for today's conference. And thank you so much once again.
Thank you, ma'am. And sure, we would really like to hear you at the end. All right. So let's moving on. HETS, an evolving institution and a social enterprise that provides essential knowledge, assessments, counseling programs, work skills, and other customized solutions in the field of education. Now, I would like to introduce you all with the multi-talented, extraordinary, energetic personality amongst us, Dr. Aruna Vadkar. She has an experience of 3 decades in the field of education and corporate sector. As an educational consultant, educator, mentor, and speaker, her career reflects a richness and strength of diversity. Her hands-on experience on 30 years across various designations of repute in ICSE, CBSE, and state board schools include Director and Principal of Dolphin International School, Kashmir, Pulwama, Academic Head and Lead of Schools, Pearson Regional Director of Schools, Zealand Limited, South Zone. Carrying with her huge experience now, an edupreneur, she is currently the founder and managing director at Harvest Education Transformation Solutions, an organization registered with MSME, Government of India. She is having a long list of achievements and awards. A few are Sanjeevani Seed of Knowledge Award 2020, Indian Humanitarian Award 2020, National Builder Award 2020, Honor to Excellence by Akal Academy, Shri Krishna Samman 2020, National Education Excellence Award 2019, India Star Republic Award 2019, etc. She is also a president of WICCI, Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Karnataka Training and Development Council, Karnataka, India, honorary member of the Honorable Editorial Board of the IJBST Journal Group, mentor at EduX, International Educational Ambassador, UK, Yes, You Can, International. Now, may I request Dr. Aruna Vadkar ma'am to please share some few inspirational thoughts. Aruna ma'am, I would request you to please come forward to share, please, some inspirational thoughts of yours for our children.
Thank you so much, Shibori, for this, towards our society, towards our students, towards the education. That is what I believe in. And yes, these all programs are to build step by step the future of our children. And the main goal and the main motive is what we are extending ourselves towards that. And here today, we have very successfully completed, and at the same time, as our chief guest, Dr. Rabia mentioned, implementation. And we did come across a couple of students who are literally, they are implementing the SDG goals in their daily life, like saving electricity, right? So the all, what I would like to say is I'm so happy that I'm able to learn a lot from the current generation, getting to know the trend, the pulse of these children. What more we can give to our teachers, what more we can give to our education sector. That is what I'm awaiting for from my lovely children. And yes, let us take it forward. I'm very eager to listen to all my children here on this platform today. Thank you so much, Tabori. Over to you.
Thank you, Aruna ma'am, for inspiring students. Sanjeevani World School. I take pride to introduce Sanjeevani World School, a futuristic school wherein everyone is encouraged and inspired to learn the skills to succeed in the globalized arena. Backed with a team of passionate, hardworking, and dedicated individuals, the school is ready to prepare each learner for the future challenges, which will enable them to reach their goals far beyond the horizon. Let me introduce to you Director Principal, Sanjeevani World School, Dr. Seema Negi ma'am, who comes from the lineage of the Indian Air Force and is a passionate educator. Her expertise lies in both Indian and international boards. She is associated with many educational and social organizations and contributes her time and efforts for the betterment of educational system and society. She is bestowed with many prestigious awards. Best Academic Leader, Bharat Vidya Shiromani, Jewel of India, Shiksha Bharati, Nari Shakti, Nation Builder Award from Rotary, Visionary Leader, Pride of India, Education Icon 2018, Women of Substance, Super Achiever Award, Humanity Award, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Professional Excellence Award, to name a few. Her signature program, Principal Ki Pathshala, is much appreciated and applauded by the educators fraternity. She stands by the maxim, I am because we are, and she is determined to bring the change by human empowerment. She lives by the principles of empathy and gratitude. She is the face and inspiration of Team Sanjeevani. Thank you, Seema ma'am. Over to you, Shabodi.
Moving ahead now, I would like to introduce Ms. Professor Paula Perez Lopez, coordinator of Yes English Institute, to take the event forward.
I think she has not heard it. Professor Paula, was she audible to you?
Hello, yes, but I couldn't unmute myself. Well, good morning, everybody. For us, it's a real pleasure. You know that we are an Academy of English. So this is our first experience sharing. My students are very proud and very nervous to be here for the first time, because this is the first time that they are sharing internationally with students and sharing with you people that for them are so important. I'm so proud of them being here and so grateful with you, Dr. Aruna, because you are organizing these kind of events that are so motivating and so encouraging to children to say what they think. So we have the opportunity to show that we care, that we are here, and I'm sure that we are going to learn many, many, many things. That if we listen to children more, we would be a better world. So thank you very much for this opportunity, because it's a unique one. And I hope that we have lot more opportunities like this one. Thank you very much to all your team and to you, Dr. Aruna, for this. Great pleasure from Argentina. It's amazing to be with you from the other part of the world. It doesn't matter the time difference. It doesn't matter how far we are. Technology is magic. So for us, it's wonderful to share with you this event. Thank you very, very much. My honor.
It's our honor too, Professor Paula. It is our honor as well. And yes, over to you, Nivedita.
Yes, I request to Professor Paula to call her students one by one.
Okay, they're there. We have been having some connection problems, but we have solved them. So now we are on the way. Okay, so Josefina, would you like to start your speech? Josefina Davila, she is a great student. She has a very good personality, and she is also a very good actress, you see? So it's my pleasure to introduce her. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. We are ready to listen to you, Jose. Welcome. Let's shine.
Well, today I will be talking about global warming and how that affects our modern lives. Well, glaciers are melting, sea levels are rising, cloud forests are dying, and wildlife is scrambling to keep pace. Are we humans responsible for it? Maybe, but most of the people don't care about it, so they do nothing. nothing about it. It has become clear that humans have caused most of the past century's warming by releasing heat-trapping gases as we power our modern lives. Examples of these gases can be deodorants, vehicles because of the fuel, and cows, because as you may already know or not, cows expel some gas called methane that is obviously bad for the atmosphere. Called greenhouse gases, their levels are higher now than at any time in the last 800,000 years. The greenhouse effect is the warming that happens when certain gases in Earth's atmosphere trap heat. Levels of greenhouse gases have gone up and down over the Earth's history, but they had been fairly constant for the past few thousand years. Now, some ways not to solve this problem because it would take a lot of time, and I think we won't be able to solve it, but to help are switch to renewable energy at home, such as solar panels, eat the food you buy and buy less meat, like I said before, because of the cows, buy a better type of light bulb because it saves energy, drive efficient vehicles like bicycles, stop cutting trees because of deforestation, unplugging gadgets while we are not using them because they use energy, and eliminating fossil fuels.
Great. Very good, Jose. It was very nice listening to you. You are right what you are saying, and I think that we should reflect upon this, that sometimes we repeat and repeat, but we don't do enough. We're not doing enough for the planet. So we have to continue working. We have to continue working and to continue talking about these issues so people become more conscious and more care about the environment. Thank you very much. Now let's see. Amber, are you there?
Okay, Miss.
Okay, are you going? Hello, Amber, how are you? Are you going to share your screen?
Yes.
Okay. Can she share, please?
Yes, ma'am. The rights are given. She can share.
Okay. Okay, Amber, you can share your screen. She has prepared a lovely presentation. So there it is. Amber is a beautiful student from our academy. She has been a student since she is very little, as Josefina and Juliana. We are very, very proud of them because it is a challenge. When I asked them, would you like to be part of this? She said immediately yes. So they have been working on that. They have been talking about their topics, organizing themselves. So these three girls we're very proud of them in the academy. So thank you very much. Amber, it's your time to shine.
Let's protect the planet. What can we do to protect the environment? Let's protect the planet altogether. There are many actions that could be taken. First, we must save energy. So you should not leave appliances plugged in, and if it is possible, to use solar panels in order to use sustainable energy. Do you take care of water at home? How can you do it? Feed the button while you're soaping your hand, washing your teeth, or shaving. We should also use sustainable mode clothing. There are many companies that are an eco process of making clothes to take care of the weather. Take care of energy at home. For example, when you leave home, turn off the lights and choose to use sustainable products.
Humanity has come a long way in the sustainable energy for help the planet, for them to help the environment rather than use another energy that harms the planet. Second, we should also take care of the weather. Don't waste water. Close the weather tap well. Plastic is extremely dangerous for the planet. Not use plastic bags anymore. Use cloth bags. As can we do? We should reduce the use of herbicides, pesticides, and fertilizers in fruits and vegetables. Do you know how much garbage we throw to the sea? Well, should reduce the use of, well, there is an island in the middle of the sea of garbage. Can you believe it? Have you heard of it? This rubbish pollutes the weather a lot. The size of affected area is estimated to 3.4 million kilometers, which represents 7 times the surface of Spain. The area can contain about 100 million tons of waste. Another way of taking care of the environment will be the use of public transport prevent air contamination with gases. Nowadays, the contamination has increased a lot, and some scientists say that there are changes that are already irreversible. So with this change, there is no turn back. But there are some changes in nature that can be modified because we should help to prevent global warming.
Very good, Amber, very good. Can you share the rest of the presentation so everybody can see it? Okay. Something is going on there. Okay, Amber, are you going to share the rest of the presentation?
I think she was unable to. That's okay.
She couldn't. Okay, okay. It's okay, Amber. Very good, very good. Now it's turn of Juliana Morgante. Okay, hello, Julie. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing?
Hello.
So I know that you are ready for this. It's a great pleasure to have you here. You know that Amber and Juliana are friends, so they are here together and they have been supporting each other. So that's why they are lovely girls that have been doing a great work. For them, it is their first experience, so they are kind of nervous, but I'm sure that they will enjoy it and remember this event forever. So Julie, your turn to shine. Come on.
Okay, thank you, Miss. I'm talking about climate change, causes and consequences. The climate change is a change in climate attributed directly or indirectly to human activity that alters the composition of the world atmosphere, and that is aid to the regular change that naturally occurs on the planet. Causes and consequences. Causes, the first is deforestation, tree felling, and the parks, jungles, forests, etc. Disproportionate increase in greenhouse gases, for example, industries, and accelerate population growth. Extreme temperatures and unusual periods of drought and rain affect to the emergency of new disease and the cost of food. consequences, acidification and water pollution, for example, the plastic, carton, metal, and that animals, migration animals, and extinction of different species, for example, bears, polar, bees, elephant, and rise in sea level and global temperature due to thaw. So stop pollution and let us be responsible with the care of the environment. That's it.
Very good. Very good. Very good, Julie. Thank you very much. Well, I think that
You're welcome.
I think that this is something that we should take care of as Amber presentation and Josefina and you. It's like taking care of small actions. If we are conscious that very little things can make big things in the world, we are going to change the world completely. So it's important to take into account our little actions during the day. That's amazing for you to remind us the importance, and thank you very much. I'm proud of you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Aruna, for this opportunity. Stop sharing, Julie.
I mean, no sé cómo
Please.
sacarlo.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let's go where it says compartir pantalla y deja de compartir. Arriba te sale un cartelito rojo que dice deja de compartir. Stop sharing.
Me dice uso compartido de pantalla y reanudar función de compartir. No sé qué tengo que hacer.
Arriba te dice en rojo dejar de compartir.
Ah, sí, ya lo vi. Sorry.
Ahí está, listo.
Ahí está.
That's it. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, and very well done to all the children. Very nice. Now, moving further, I would like to call Ms. Sunita Singh, the teacher in charge of Sanjeevani World School, to please proceed further.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to call upon Vaishvi Rawal and Yaksh Vakaria, grade 7 from Sanjeevani World School.
Ma'am, I'd like to present my screen. Am I allowed to do it?
Yes, Vaishvi, please. Please do that.
Sorry, ma'am, I had a network delay.
Vaishvi, are you able to present?
Ma'am, I'm trying to. Ma'am, are you able to see my presentation?
Yes.
Good evening, respected teachers and my dear friends. Today, I and my friend Yaksh are doing a role play for climate change in the next decades.
Hi.
Hello, can you please come over to my house?
Yes, sure. Why not?
Yaksh comes over to Vaishvi's house and after having a little snack, they sit in Vaishvi's room.
Can you please turn on the air conditioner?
Yes, sure.
Can you tell me why it is so hot today?
Yes. Here's what to expect over the coming decades. If we take no action to climate change, this is how the 2030s will look. Ice caps and crucial ice sheets have continued to melt, swirling sea levels by 20 centimeters. Of coral reefs are threatened by human activity, while around 60% are highly endangered. During crop yields have pushed 100 million and more people into extreme poverty. Climate change related illness are killing extra 25,000 people each year. To 2040. This is how the 2040s will look. The 2040s, the world has already shot past its 1.5 degrees Celsius Paris Agreement temperature. Thailand are threatened by annual food sparkling mass migration. 8% of the global population has served reduction in water availability. The Arctic is now ice-free in summer. Sea levels have risen 60 centimeters in the Gulf of Mexico, where hurricanes now deliver devastating storm surges. The 2050s. This is how the 2050s will look. 2050. 2 billion people now face a tenth of a year in much of the world. Masks are needed daily. Not for disease prevention, but to protect your lungs from the smog. The northern US now sees 25 major floods a year, up from 1 in 2020. 140 million people are displaced by food and water insecurity or extreme weather events.
Oh, thanks for all of that information. I also have some information. Can I share?
Yes, sure.
Fast forward to 21. The average global temperature has soared more than 4 degrees Celsius and even more in northern latitudes. Rising sea level have rendered coastal lines unrecognizable and Florida has largely disappeared. Coral reefs have largely vanished, taking them a quarter of the world's fish habitats. Insects have also been confined to history, causing massive crop failure due to lack of pollinators. Server drought now affect 40% of the planet. An area the size of Massachusetts burn in the US each year. The southern Spain and Portugal have become a desert, whooping millions into food and water insecurity. Today's business, as usual, is making our planet unlivable. But by making the transition to a nature positive economy, we could generate 395 million jobs, one-fifth of the predicted labor force increase. What role can you play in the climate fight?
Thank you for all of that information.
You're welcome. Oh my God, it is too late. I will come again later. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. And since Yash went hurriedly to his home, but do remember not to pollute our environment. It affects the ozone layer, and if it got increased and no quick action will be taken, then our earth will be soon or the other day destroyed. Thank you.
Wow, it was super and very informative. Thank you so much, Vaishvi and Yaksh. Over to you, Shaburi ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now I would like to invite Saurabh Kakkar from Pathways World School to welcome their participants.
Good evening, good morning, and namaskar. It's a very delightful feeling to hear such young participants talking about their own experiences. Almost 2 decades ago, when I read a book from Krishnamurti, which says the whole movement in life is all about learning. And these interesting times have made my learning so easy and simple that while I'm seated in Gurgaon, I'm learning so much from the young minds who are joining from Argentina and from Mumbai. Thanks to you all. A big thanks to the Sanjeevani World School team for putting this all together. And I won't take much of the time because here we have young Pathwaysians, super energetic ones. We're going to take the session ahead. So over to the young Pathwaysians. Please take it ahead. Sanvi, Shubh, and Misha.
Yes, sir. Hello everyone. My name is Sanvi Chand from Pathways World School Aravali in Gurgaon, Haryana. I am here to share my presentation about SDG 13, climate change. What is climate change? Climate change is the long-term alteration of temperature and typical weather patterns in a place. Climate change includes both global warming driven by human-induced emissions of greenhouse gases and the resulting large-scale shifts in weather patterns. Causes of climate change. The main driver of climate change is the greenhouse effect. Some gases in the Earth's atmosphere act a bit like the glass in a greenhouse, trapping the sun's heat and stopping it from leaking back into space and causing global warming. Even the cause of climate change is the burning of fossil fuels, such as oil and coal, which emits greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, primarily carbon dioxide. Effects of climate change. More frequent and intense drought, storms, heat waves, rising sea levels, melting glaciers, and warming oceans can directly harm animals, destroy the places they live, and wreak havoc on people's livelihoods and communities. As climate change worsens, dangerous weather events are becoming more frequent or severe. Solutions to stop this change. Some ways Some ways by which one can control climate change are listed below. Keep fossil fuels in the ground. Fossil fuels include coal, oil, and gas, and the more that are extracted and burned, the worse climate change will get. All countries need to move their economies away from fossil fuels as soon as possible. Invest in renewable energy. Changing our main energy to clean and renewable energy is the best way to stop using fossil fuels. This includes technologies like solar, wind, wave, tidal, and geothermal power. Switch to sustainable transport. Petrol and diesel vehicles, plane and ships use fossil fuels. Reducing car use, switching to electric vehicles, and minimizing plane travel will not only help stop climate change, it will reduce air pollution too. Improve farming and encourage vegan diets. One of the best ways for individuals to help stop climate change is by reducing their meat and dairy consumption or by going fully vegan. Restore nature to absorb more carbon. The natural world is very good at cleaning up our emissions, but we need to look after it. Planting trees in the right places or giving land back to nature through rewilding schemes is a good place to start. Protect forests. Forests are crucial in the fight against climate change, and protecting them is an important climate solution. Cutting down forests on an industrial scale destroys giant trees, which could be sucking up huge amounts of carbon. Yet companies destroy forests to make way for animal farming, soya, or palm oil plantation. Governments can stop them by making better laws. Protect the oceans. Oceans also absorb large amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which helps to keep our climate stable. But many are overfished, used for oil and gas drilling, or threatened by deep sea mining. Protecting oceans and the life in them is ultimately a way to protect ourselves from climate change. Responsible consumption, our fashion, food, and other lifestyle choices all have different impacts on the climate. This is often by design, fashion, and technology companies, for example, will release far more products that are realistically needed. But while reducing consumption of these products might be hard, it's most certainly worth it. Reducing overall consumption is more wealthy countries can help put less strain on the planet. Reduce plastic. Plastic is made from oil, and the process of extracting, refining, and turning oil into plastic or even polyester for clothing is surprisingly carbon intense. It doesn't break down quickly in nature, so a lot of plastic is burned, which contributes to emissions. Thank you, and let's act global. Think globally and act locally to save our planet. Over to Shubh Kakkar for his way to protect the planet.
Thank you, Sanvi, for sharing your insights about climate action. Hello, everyone. I'm Shubhakar, and I will share my way of healing the planet. One of the most important aspects of life around us is how humans connect to the environment. My father and mother both used to tell me about the house sparrows and how this bird has left cities, which indicates the cities are far from nature due to the rapid pace of development. We can still see the house sparrows in rural areas but rarely in cities. So, my big way to heal our planet is by reusing plastic and make nests for sparrows so that the nature returns back to cities. Now, I will take you through a quick video which will show the steps of making a nest. Just a second. hope you like the tips of making the bird nest and will try one for yourself too. Over to Misha, who is going to share another marvelous solution to save our planet. Thank you.
Thanks, Shub, for that bird's nest idea out of plastic containers. So I'm going to be sharing with you a presentation as well. Hello everyone, I am Misha Singh from Pathways World School Aravali, and I am here to share with you my way of reusing plastic to save our planet. Let's take a look at a video which talks about one big solution to our plastic problem.
Plastics are made from petrochemicals. These chemicals do not fit back into the ecologies around us. Plastics don't biodegrade, they photodegrade. This means that plastics left for years in fields or water will slowly break into smaller and smaller pieces. Eventually, these pieces are so small that they are absorbed by the plants, fishes, and animals that we eat. They reach us, causing diseases of all kinds, birth defects, hormonal imbalances, and even cancer. Even engineered dump sites are not a solution. Whether it is 10 years or 100, these chemicals will eventually seep into the biosphere, affecting our farms and families. Vision EcoBricks are an exciting way that we can take action today to stop pollution and start envisioning a healthier way of living with our environment. When plastics are littered, burned, or dumped, they poison the earth, air, and water. When we save, segregate, and pack plastics into bottles, we can make building blocks that can be reused over and over again. Together, we can build green spaces that enrich our community and environment. See ecobricks.org to get started.
You can see on the right side, my first attempt of making an eco-brick furniture. It was great fun. Now I'm going to be sharing a short procedure on how you can make your own eco-brick. First step, ensure the plastic wrappers of your choice are clean and dry. Choose the water bottle which has a lot of the similar sizes because the size is really important for your furniture to be sturdy. Get a wooden stick to stuff the plastic wrappers till the base of the bottle. Make sure you don't use any other material but plastic. Now add a base of color wisely. For example, if you're making a tabletop, it will be very aesthetically pleasing if you put the same color. Start with filling the bottles with using shredded plastic wrappers. Cap it up tightly and fill the bottle up to the top. Please make sure you don't overfill. Write your name, mention the date for your furniture brand because it will stay there for years. Store it safely before making the model. Now start building and share it with someone who needs it. My final product was a footstool, which I made. Do check ecobricks.org for more details. My presentation also comes from this website. Thank you, and I hope you will collaborate together to build your own eco-brick furniture.
Thank you. Over to the SWS team.
Thank you, students. It was really a very nice presentation. All the children, very well done. Hats off to all of you all. Now, moving forward, I would like to call the chief guest of this event, Dr. Rabia Bhatia, to please share her thoughts.
Oh my God. Seriously, Mr. Bori, that was an impressive, I don't have any words. That was so impressive and a wonderful presentation by all the young students. I mean, they have actually put in everything, all the efforts, and I think more than they, I should say anything, more than they will be learning from me. I have been learning since the start of the session. The kind of the role play activities they have done, they have put in, they've used all the skills, 21st century skills, while using the presentation, while giving the presentation. And yes, we all know what needs to be done. We know what needs to be implemented. Most of the students have already implemented it actually. How do you actually attain the objective of SDG goal climate action? Having said that, we just need to keep reminding us. And students, I would like to say here, not only to us, I think we need to help our siblings, young siblings as well. We need to help our friends. We need to help our relatives also, to make them understand why we are doing this. For example, why we have to take care of the air condition, whether our air conditioners are off or not on timely basis, whether we are using the LED bulbs or not, to save power consumption. And most importantly, I think what I feel and what I forget actually, when I'm charging my mobile, I tend to forget to switch off the charger actually. And that is actually what is, why I forget, because I get busy in some other work. So I think these small things, we keep reminding us, we need to keep reminding our siblings also, because at times our younger siblings doesn't understand all these. And as we understand all these things in our lives, we can help others also and keep spreading awareness about it. And that is how we are going to attain this objective. We are going to achieve this objective of climate action, which is a very important thing, especially after COVID-19. We have been falling ill. We need to stay fit. So we need to use more of organic food, I guess, less consumption of meat and dairy products, and start using organic products in our lives. That is also helpful in the consumption of healthy food, rich diets as well. And yes, as we all know, and students have already spoken about it, reusable, recycling, reusable, recycled papers. Yes, thanks to COVID that we are using less papers, which is actually achieving one of the goal actually. And yes, we need to keep doing that only, whether we are online or offline. So I think that was all I would like to say here. A wonderful, wonderful presentation. And the whole, I think I would rather say the women behind all this is, I think, Dr. Seema Negi and Dr. Aruna, who has come forward to actually help the students and help educators also to learn from these students as well. So I think this is a great effort being done by each and every one of us, that we are spreading awareness and we are able to implement certain basic things in our lives. And now we will be able to help others also to make sure that we are achieving all the SDG goals. That's all I would like to say here, Mr. Bori. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful suggestions given to us. And moving forward now, the house is open for question answer round. So I would like to invite Mr. Saurabh Kakkar to proceed further and ask questions to the students of Sanjeevani World School.
Right, thank you. Sanvi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to?
Yes, sir. I would like to ask a question to Vaishvi. The question is, what is the difference between climate and weather?
Yes. Climate is the forecast of the temperature of the earth for a long period of time, and weather is the forecast of the temperature of the earth for a short period of time.
Right, sure.
I have two questions. First is for Yaksh. The first question is, how will the coral reef get affected by the pollution problem that is occurring all around the world?
Yes, 90% of coral reef are threatened by human activity, while around 60% are highly endangered. Coral reefs have largely vanished, taking them a quarter of the world's fish habitats.
And my second question is for Vaishvi, what will happen if pollution levels aren't decreased?
If the pollution will not be decreased, then it will be back it was. It would be a black ball. The earth would be a black ball with red flames. Everything would be burned, and earth will not be called as the planet.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Now I would like to call Dr. Rabia Bhatia. She would like to ask a question to the student.
Thank you, Mr. Bori. Thank you so much. Okay, so all the students, I have a wonderful and very basic question. How many of us waste food? Because at times, we take the food in a plate, but we're not able to finish all the food. So are we wasting any food?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, she is raising her hand. Okay, nice. Very good. Yes. Okay, Shubh also wastes his food. Wonderful. So are we supposed to do that? Are we supposed to do that? No, right? We need to actually not to do that. That is the most important part of our life. Basic thing to achieve SDG goal for climate action. Let's take only that much quantity of food. You can again take it. You can again take the next serving actually. Because what you do, I think your siblings will also learn from you, right? Your younger siblings will also learn from you. So let's inherit good habits in our lives, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's not waste any food in our plates. The very basic thing in our life, actually, Thank you all. Thank you so much for being so truthful. So sweet of all of you. Thanks, Mr. Bori, once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, now I would like to invite Ms. Professor Paula Perez Lopez to proceed further and ask questions to the students of Pathways World School.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'd like to talk with Misha.
I have a question, Misha.
Yes. Yeah, that's it, Julie. That's it. Okay, Juliana and Misha, you are all here to talk about whatever you want.
Why eco rings only?
So eco bricks are like reusable. They can be used after many years. And why waste plastic? You can and like plastic that cannot be reused in any other way should be made into eco bricks.
Okay. When we can recycle plastic.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Yes. When we can recycle plastic.
Yes, you can recycle plastic because like for example, you can use wrappers of foods and that you're eating, and you can put them in eco bricks and things that cannot be normally reused in any other way.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's it. Okay, Amber, are you there with your questions? Thank you very much, Juliana and Misha. Nice listening to you. Thank you very much. Amber, are you there?
Yes, Miss. I have a question
Okay.
to Sambi.
Okay.
What are the steps for controlling climate action? No. What is the purpose of plastic box in beer nets? Miss, me equivoqué. Era para Shub.
Okay, so she mistook. She had the name mistaken. Sorry. So the question was for?
Yes. Is for Shub. What is the purpose of plastic bags in beer nets?
Nets.
I have used a plastic box to make my nest because I don't only have one purpose to just help the environment. To help birds and come back to cities. But I have two purposes for it: to help the environment which is suffering from global warming by reusing, recycling, and reducing the consumption of plastic, and also by making sparrows comfortable and come back to cities.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Josefina, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Are you ready for your questions?
Yes.
We're willing to hear. Come on.
I have a question for Sambi.
Mm-hmm.
What are the steps for controlling climate action from home?
As kids, we can plant plants every year on our birthday. We can also convert plastic materials into bird feeders, etc. And we can use cloth or jute bags instead of plastic bags when we are shopping. Thank you.
Great. Very good. Very good.
All right. I think you have all the questions have been asked by y'all.
I think Sanjeevani World School has
Yes,
to.
ma'am. Now I would like to invite Ms. Sunita Singh to proceed further and ask questions to the students of Yes English Institute.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to call upon Vaishvi Rawal to ask question.
Yes, sure. What is your favorite animal in this ma'am, just a minute. Which is your favorite animal in danger of extinction?
And the question is to?
And the question is to Amber.
Ambi, are you there? Could you listen to the question?
No, miss. Sí.
Yeah,
Can you repeat?
Could you
kindly
repeat,
repeat
please?
the question, my dear?
Yes, I'll repeat it. Which is your favorite animal in danger of extinction?
Okay, it's difficult. I like all of them, but like them better is the panda, the elephant, and the whale.
Thank you.
Now I would like to call upon Yaksh to ask question. Yaksh.
Yes, ma'am. To English constituents, I would like to ask two questions to Juliana. What can we do to protect the planet?
I raise the waste, I recycling, and I reuse.
Okay. Second question. Why are animals in danger of extinction?
Can you repeat, please?
Yes. Why are animals in danger of extinction?
Okay, thank you. The animals are in danger of extinction due to the action of man. It does not recycling, it does not clean, it does not care. That's it.
Thank you. Over to you, Shaburi ma'am.
Yes. So today the proposed SDG 13 on climate change is increasing the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events such as heat waves, droughts, floods, tropical cyclones, aggravating water management problems, reducing agricultural production and food security, increasing health risks, damaging critical infrastructure and interrupting the provision of basic services like water and sanitization, education, energy, and transport. Climate change is a real and undeniable threat to our entire civilization. The effects are really visible and will be catastrophic unless we act now. Through education, innovation, and adherence to our climate commitments, we can make the necessary changes to protect the planet. These changes also provide huge opportunities to modernize our infrastructure, which will create new jobs and promote greater prosperity across the globe. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Shubhangi, teacher in charge from Sanjeevani World School, for induction about tomorrow and culmination. Over to you, Shubhangi, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. As we have successfully completed today's session for Goal 13, I request you all to join SDG Goal 14 session tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. That is life below water. Healthy oceans and seas are essential to our existence. They cover 70% of our planet, and we rely on them for food, energy, and water. Yet we have managed to do tremendous damage to these precious resources. We must protect them by eliminating pollution and overfishing and immediately start to responsibly manage and protect all marine life around the world. 25th September is the birthday of the Sustainable Development Goal. We are celebrating it on 25th September as a culmination of the SDG event. On behalf of HETS and Sanjeevani World School, I invite all of you to the culmination event. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Now I would request Ms. Simra to please give the vote of thanks to us.
Good evening to one and all present here. I, Simra, on behalf of HETS, am here to propose the vote of thanks for the event. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty for giving us an opportunity to organize such an event and to bring it to a wonderful conclusion. I would also like to thank our special guests for today to grace this occasion with their binary presence. I would like to express my deep gratitude to all the principals, coordinators, and students for participating and enlightening us with their knowledge. Dr. Aruna Vadkar ma'am and the associate members, without whose support and guidance, this event would not have been possible. I would like to express my deep sense of appreciate the dedication of all amazing teacher staff. I owe a special gratitude to the administration staff who have worked hard to ensure that this occasion becomes a memorable success. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Last but not the least, here I would like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Anurup Kaur, Principal of Bharatram Global School and Chief Advisory Officer of HETS, to give this platform to me. Thank you, everyone, and have a very nice day and
Great.
nice evening.
Thank you so much, Saburi. And I once again give a round of applause to all the students here. Please unmute yourself and please unmute yourself, everyone. Yes? And give a round of applause to yourself because you all deserve it, right? You all deserve. So pat your back because you all were really, really commendable. And I really appreciate the one who is finding out solutions. That is the motive of all these, like what more can we do to save our nature, save our environment, save our country, save our nation. That is very, very important. And it is so good to see that across the globe, we all students we are with them, and we are also learning new things because you are the future. You are the one who would take the lead to make a change in this global environment, children. And yes, and with HETS, that is Harvest Education Transformation Solutions, It's an organization for complete educational consultant, and collaborated with Sanjeevani World School, Dr. Seema Negi, and each one of us, it's a teamwork that we thought that let us bring this together. And we always have many programs, and I would be very happy, children, if you all would join our programs, which could bring more enlightenment to each and every one that you share. It would be really wonderful, a pleasure to host you once again on our other programs as well. And thank you so much, Mr. Saurabh Kakkar, Dr. Rabia, Sunita, every coordinator, Professor Paula, each one of you. Thank you so much for the core of my heart, and have a lovely, lovely evening. And children, I need to see a lovely smile once again. Were you all happy today? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Sir.
Thank you, Dr. Aruna, for your kind words.
Thank you. And have a lovely evening. Thank you.
You too, ma'am.
So thank you, everyone. May I request the host team to kindly stop the recording?